Hey guys, I'm here to go over this awesome template. I call it Net Dreams. And in this template, there's a bunch of different options and I want to go over them with you. Alright, so in these layers, there are lots of different options. First thing you'll notice is that one of these layers is labeled red. That is where you're going to insert your subject. If you're placing them on the top of the pile here, it's best to place them into this area. You can see how I drew a little shadow there, kind of darken up underneath where his shadow will be cast on top of the balls. I'm going to explain the shadow first. In this shadow, you're going to probably have to create your own shadow depending on how you position your subject. So I'm going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to paint with black. So I'm going to hit B for my brush tool, goes to my brush, and I'm going to hit D to reset my swatches to black and white, and black is in the foreground. I'm going to hit 2, and it's going to change my opacity to 20. So I'm at 20% opacity with the black brush. Make it a little bit larger and a nice soft brush. And so now I'm going to start painting this in and just building it up and darkening up some of the areas where that shadow would be cast. It doesn't require too many shadows on this because the balls are kind of so bumpy and random that the light would be sneaking through in different areas, but just a little bit underneath his seat there, and that's about perfect. Other things you're going to notice is there's lots of different soccer balls in this template. The first layer is large foreground soccer balls, which are the ones kind of separate from the pile. Then we have the first row balls, second row, third row, fourth row, and so on. Each one of these rows has all individual soccer balls. So I can pick out any one I want and move it around, reposition it just a little bit higher to fix his positioning on a foot or something like that. If it wasn't quite perfect, if I need to go down further, whatever, you can move any of those you want to. It makes it very easy to position your subject. This template is generally meant for 1, maybe 2 players. It's more of a fine art piece and not for an entire group because of the very specific lighting on this. The lighting is coming directly from the left and hitting everything from the left. There's not a lot of light coming from the right side. I built in just a tiny bit of rim light on the balls on the right side, but when you're lighting your subject, all your light is going to be coming from your left side. You're going to have a main light off the side, so there's some nice dark cheekbones here and some nice shadows in here. If this is all like a bright white, this is not going to look good. This is a dramatic dark scene, so build in a lot of deep shadows into your subjects and just light the rim of his face there, and it'll look amazing. It's not generally also meant for like a big smiling picture. This is a thoughtful, dreamy pose, and if you have a big smile and him staring back at the camera, it's going to look a little bit awkward and not quite fit in this template. So I like the serious, thoughtful poses in something like this, and it's really going to stand out and be something that your subjects love. Other things that go on in this template that are included in the background, we have the shadow from all the balls here. We have some light rays streaking in. We have the highlight fog that kind of where he is brightest behind him, so it directs your attention to right there. We also have a soccer net. The soccer net can be moved around within this if you need to. I would suggest clicking on an entire group and moving it because there's some shadows and such built in fog. But you can move that around, make it a little bit smaller if you want to. I liked it positioned just a little bit off the side. I didn't want it 100% symmetrical on this. I thought it made it a little bit more artistic. That soccer net has the mid-ground fog that kind of covers that up there, and it also has the shadow here on the bottom of it. The background, there's a little light flare there that kind of adds to some warmth into the color, brings some color into the scene. And then we have the lights, the stadium lights that kind of show up in the background there, and some grass in the foreground. If you notice, this scene is very good with color harmony. There's not a lot of if he had a bright pink or orange shirt on, it might not look quite as well in this dark dreary here, dark thoughtful image. I do like his blacks in this, or a darker uniform. If you have a brighter uniform and it's a specific color, you can change the color balance of this light flare up here. That goes on right there. If you wanted to change it to a different color, I'd double click on this little circle icon and bring up this, and we could change the color balance to a different color hue to match his jersey a little bit more if you so wished. But again, I like the fact that it's a darker jersey and draws all your attention to his face here. So if you can help it, ask your subject to bring in a darker uniform that will fit into the scene if they intend to use this, and it'll just help complete your entire look of the image. And don't be afraid to use this as a great big fine art piece. I've sold these very large, 24 by 36 or larger, on fine art metals and canvases and stuff like this. These are amazing things to offer your clients and can be beautiful artwork in people's homes. Hopefully you enjoy this template, and please check out some of my other actions, templates, and brushes. Talk to you later.